What if I told you these businesses I'm about to show you pull in $20,000, $30,000, some even $50,000 plus per month doing something that you've never even considered? And in this video, we're taking you inside 15 different service-based businesses that are shockingly simple, but are quietly making their owners thousands of dollars a day. And we didn't just make a list, we actually showed up in person. We met with the owners, we walked their job sites, we asked them the hard questions, and broke down exactly how their businesses work. From startup costs to how much money their business is actually bringing in. These businesses aren't cool and they're definitely not trending, but they are simple, they're scalable, and they absolutely work. I promise you that this is really gonna open your eyes when you see what's possible with boring service-based businesses. So let's get into it. We're here in front of Connor's Landscape, an almost 8-figure commercial landscaping business. Before Mike tells you the sauce of landscaping, let's hear how he got started. So Mike, you own Connor's Landscape. Tell us, man, how'd you get started in building a big landscaping empire in Orange County?
I went and bought a truck and a set of equipment, door knocked in the beginning to kind of get customers. Did all the work myself in the first 6 months to a year, then hired one guy, saved up, bought another truck, hired another person, kind of repeated that process.
How many employees do you have now?
About 80.
And then now that you've grown this business, you've got 80 employees or so, what can someone expect to earn as far as profit goes? How much revenue do you, and then how much can you expect to profit?
Revenue is $5.5 million. Our profit is probably 700 this year. So 10 to 15% is what you should be looking for once you're at a certain scale.
We have an audience where people want to get started. So what would you say as far as like bare minimum startup costs to get started in a landscaping business?
Any beat up pickup truck, so whatever car you do have, sell it. Go find a pickup truck for 10,000 bucks on Craigslist. Some people will sell actually used lawn equipment on Craigslist too. Just get a set of equipment.
What does that typically run?
I think you could do the whole thing for 13, 14 grand.
And you're looking at a lawnmower,
a truck, lawnmower, hedger, trimmer, weed whacker, rake shovels. But you have to know how to do all those different things before you start. So I think I'd just go work for somebody for, I'd say at least 6 months, just to kind of get the feeling of how things are done and what order, just to get the basics down. Then I would really just start door knocking. Pretty soon you're gonna have your route fill, and then you're gonna have too much work for that, and then you're gonna hire somebody to come in and replace you. And while that person's running your route, you're door knocking to go and get a second guy in that same truck. Looks like landscaping is one of the harder ones on our list. Let's see how much you can make just from starting. Bill somebody 200 bucks a month to do service. I think you could do probably 6, 7 houses a day, and that's a 200 per month. You can be doing 6,000, 7,000 a month in the beginning, and then you're gonna hire somebody who's gonna cost you 2,500 bucks, and you're billing out 55 or 6,000, so you're making like 3,000. You have 2 guys in a truck and bill out about 11,000 bucks. And then when people call you to do sprinklers or trees, or I'd say 50% margin on that stuff. People ask you for stuff, never say no. Even if you have no idea how to do it, never say no.
Yeah,
and then YouTube how to do it if you don't know how to do it. Business
number 1 is commercial landscaping. This business is very simple and straightforward. It's just landscaping, but you do it for businesses and facilities. I really like this business because the revenue is very sticky. You land one commercial contract, it's very, very hard to mess up and lose that contract. The only thing I don't like is the heavy startup costs out of the business if you are looking to get started and you might be on a shoestring budget. We're here with a very good friend of mine, Connor, who owns Mike's Fences, a multiple 7-figure fencing company. Let's go see how to build a fencing company.
Of course, man, let's do it. I was in an office job. Man, I just wasn't satisfied. I've always wanted to run my own business. So I made a website, spent, I remember, $1,000 in Google ads. People would call me and they wanted a price. I just started making up prices. I had no idea what to charge.
Selling fences.
Selling fences.
But have you ever built a fence?
Never built a fence before.
Bro never even made a fence before selling.
I was in the beginning, I was digging holes, doing all the work.
What was your total kind of startup cost?
A truck, a drill, shovels, and saws. That's all we used. Probably about 15,000 bucks. I had no idea what I was doing and ended up deciding we're just gonna do wood fences. We started to get better at building fences because all we did is find one thing and double down on that one thing.
But how much can you make with this business? What's your average cost of a fence? How long is it gonna take for you to ROI that?
Great question. A lot of your fence jobs are gonna be between probably 3 and 10 grand. You want to be able to hit at least 2,000 bucks a day in sales. 30% of your cost is materials, 30% is going to be labor, at least 45% net margin. Like a one-man show, so if it's just you and crews, the best you could do is probably $1 million, maybe $1.2 million.
Well, appreciate your time, man.
Of course, man.
For sure.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Now, I like this business because the average order value is very high ticket. You're selling expensive jobs. Problem is, though, the material eats into that, the labor eats into that, and the worst part about this business is there's no recurring revenue. We're here with one of my very good friends, Jacob Allen, the founder of Stripes R Us, a parking lot striping business based in the high desert of Southern California. And we're at a job site today. So what do we have here? What is this?
This is our striper. It's 2-gun striper. If you look here, these stalls are single line. Other businesses, they're double line. So that's why we need double gun. We can stripe both lines at the same time. So for these, we only turn one on.
Okay.
So what we do, you slap the gun into the holder. These stalls are already done. You're gonna line up, hit the trigger, release the paint, and you go, and you go, and you go, and you go.
Fire that John up.
Okay. You want me to show you one?
Yeah, show me one.
You start up at the top. Do one coat, go to the next pot, do another coat, and then you finish off with 2 coats so you have a nice thick paint on it.
That's easy enough. And how much you charge for that?
$10.
10 bucks, and it took you what, 20 seconds?
15 seconds, yeah.
15 seconds? Great business. Time for me to get my hands dirty.
Attaboy.
Yeah, good. Dude, this is light work.
Nice.
And so all in all, what'd you quote it at? How much money did you make?
So we quoted this one at $2,800 after labor, materials, fuel, and time.
So if somebody's looking to get started in a parking lot striping business, what would someone need to get started, bare minimum, all in?
I would say all you need is some tape, paint roller, and paint.
So you can get started for a couple $100 bucks.
$200.
Yeah. Like how would someone get jobs in this? Because it seems kind of niche. Like who's really, you know, buying parking lot striping services?
You want to find property managers, or like I did, I reached out to paving companies, bigger paving companies that don't want to do the work for striping and they just subcontract it out. So you make relationships with those paving companies and then they'll give you the work.
Yeah. And what would you say the pros and cons are of running this business?
Well, the worst part is it is weather dependent. So if it's raining, cold, you're not going to be able to do it. Pros, well, the margins are great.
He said the margins are great, but not like the margins on the last business. Business number 3 is line striping. All this business is striping parking lot stalls and lines on the floor. I really like this business because there's very low startup costs. You just need paint and a roller and a measuring stick. And on top of that, by law, parking lot owners have to maintain their properties. And so you always have customers, you always have demand. What I don't like about this business is that similar to fencing, there's very little recurring revenue. Now, I know it's once every 3 years, but that's a little too far out for my liking, which means you're still typically on the hunt for customers all the time. So next up, we got window cleaning, my window cleaning. Well, I should say my ex window cleaning because I don't own this business, but I actually built this business. It's called Orange Window Cleaning, and we're right outside the front of an active job site that we're doing right now. This job is going to be about $400, and the new owner, Victor's here. We're going to go talk to him for a little bit and run through the ins and outs of what it takes to start a window cleaning business. But first, what does it take to get started? All I needed was a bucket and this bucket on the belt and a squeegee. That's all you need, and then maybe one of these. You can get this at Home Depot for 30 bucks. And then one of these poles here, you can also get at Home Depot for maybe another 20, 30. You can get started with literally $150 and then go and pound the pavement and knock on doors. That's how I got started. You can get started for cheap, but the real magic happens when you have a full setup. This is where the magic happens. This is a deionized water tank, so it removes all minerals, everything out of the water, makes it really soft. Your biggest expense is going to be this bad boy right here, called a water-fed pole. 20, 25 footer will cost you $300-400 bucks, but this one will go up to 5 stories. You're looking at a $1,000 pole right here. The pure water shoots out of here. You scrub the window down, you scratch all the dirt off, and it dries completely spot-free. Just because the windows get dirty, you know, pretty often, you can get people on, some people as frequent as monthly, but that's rare. So it's a great recurring service. So there are lots of perks, but let's talk to Victor to see where the real money is made. How much can one expect to make on one truck in a window cleaning business? Because you have multiple trucks now.
Yeah, good days, 1,300 or 2,100 per truck. And since we're literally inside their homes, we could just upsell about anything. You could upsell anything. Look at the gutters. So the gutters are still dirty. You can see the leaves. If we include that, you're talking another $400.
Boom, there's an upsell. You can even do the garage doors. You see all this dirt for an extra 20, 40 bucks with the water-fed pole. Another thing too is usually we have a pressure washer. And so we'll say, hey, look, we're gonna clean the garage, we're gonna clean the windows. The rest of your house is gonna look dirty too. Right here, just look, and I'll spray one area down. So one part's clean and the rest is dirty. And they're like, oh my God, yeah. Victor, how much you charge for a house wash now?
About $450, and that's not including the ground. So this will probably come out to like $1,200.
And this started with a $400
and
job, and you upsold that.
It actually started with a $365.
Look at that. You can literally turn around and make 10 grand a month tomorrow cleaning windows if you just go door to door. It's not hard. Residential properties need it, commercial properties need it, storefronts need it. Only thing I don't like about this business, and the only reason I wouldn't put it in S tier, because it's seasonal in the way that when it rains, people don't get their windows cleaned. Just like you don't see people getting lots of car washes when it's raining, but you can also implement a 7-day rain guarantee to combat that. Shh, I'm outside of a boring business right now that I know you never heard of. Let's go check it out. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but apparently this business does $2.1 million a year, and this is their whole operation. Let's talk to the owner and see exactly what this business is and how you can get started. We're here with my cousin Daniel, the owner, CEO of Orange County Packouts. What is a Packouts business?
Basically, if a homeowner has a flood, fire, we go in there, grab their couch, dishes, whatever needs to be done, pack it up, bring it back to the warehouse, store it till the project's done, and then we move them back in.
Something like this, you got 2-3 beds. How much was this customer?
Pack out was probably like 25,000. And that's just for the pack out part. That's not even the move back. The move back will probably be 7. We usually charge the insurance for 2 months of storage. If the project goes over 2 months, we'll send in a supplemental. It's probably like $1,000 a month for storage.
Love this business because the margins are very fat. Instead of charging $1,000 or $2,000 like a normal moving company would, you can bill the insurance who has fat budgets. How much time would that take to do the $21,000 job?
Probably 2 days.
If you were to start a Packouts business, is it reasonable to say you can expect to make around $7 grand or so a day if you're getting one average job?
Yeah.
Just to move some stuff out of a house.
Store it and then move it back.
Okay. How much money did you invest into the business to get it started?
A U-Haul rental, 40 bucks a day plus gas. Labor, and I think our first job was maybe 3 guys, 600 bucks. And materials, boxes, tape, maybe a little over $1,000.
The only reason I wouldn't put this business higher is because it's largely dependent on industry connections and referrals. Not only that, but because you're billing insurance, you might not get paid for 3 months, but you still have to front all the labor and the storage costs. What if I told you there was a 6th business that you could get started with as little as $300 to $500? You don't need to do any of the labor yourself, and you can run it from anywhere in the world. I bet it sounds like the same shit everybody says, but this time, it's actually real. This is the same exact business model that took me from broke college student scooping ice cream for $8 an hour to making $65,000 a month by the time I got to my senior year in college. It's also the same method that I've taught to over 1,500 people that will collectively do over $40 million in sales in 2024 alone. Unlike all the other opportunities we talked about where you have to come out of pocket with heavy startup costs for things like trucks and materials, so with this model you have recurring revenue, and it's so easy that I taught this business model to my 66-year-old mom who was driving Uber 50, 60 hours a week, had no tech experience, was able to get this business to $35,000 a month. I've helped people get all the way up to $110,000 a month while they still have their 9 to 5. So with this business, you just have to find one independent contractor to take care of all the work for you. Your job is to set up paid and organic marketing platforms to attract leads. You charge them a high price, and then with the contractors you hired, you give them a fixed percentage of every job. You're just paying marketing fees while you sit back and collect checks. And you can operate this business from anywhere in the world. You just have to pair the two together. You find the providers, you find the leads, you match them together, and you can build this business very, very large. And that's business number 6. It's called remote house cleaning. It's my favorite. I've helped over 1,500 people do this. Like I said, I've done it for 8 years. You can click the link below in the description where I'll show you how to build it completely for free from start to scale as big as you want to take it, and it's free. Next business is anything but trash. It's actually a waste collection business. And this is by far the craziest untapped opportunity I've seen going into 2025. And today I'm gonna talk to Spencer, who's making tens of thousands of dollars picking up people's trash. And you can do the same. Stick around. I traveled across the US to find the best businesses for you guys. I'll also be rating them on a scale from 1 to 100 to find out which one you should start. What's up, man? This isn't your first business, but what's the story behind this one?
In this neighborhood that we're in right now, there's about 400 houses, and the trash company sold to private equity. When private equity took it over, the trash service went to shit. Like, they just stopped picking it up. So I posted on our Facebook group for the neighborhood, and I said, if you guys are willing to take a risk, I'll start a trash company, but what I need is 200 people to sign up and pay for the first 3 months. For the first 3 months, it was about $105, and in about 10 days, we raised like $15,000 in revenue, had like 150 people sign up.
And on average, what does a customer pay you?
$35 a month. And so the LTV of a customer for like a year is like maybe 400 bucks. And before we filed the LLC or had the bank account, we were doing like 5 grand a month. And then we financed the truck. Truck payments are about 700 bucks, and we were off to the races.
What do you have for monthly revenue right now?
We're just under 18,000 a month.
And what is the margin on that?
The margin was about 20%. If I was driving it, I think it'd be closer closer to 40%.
So I'm from California, and you see the same companies all the time, right? It's very suburban. So where are good areas, if somebody's watching this, they'd want to start this business, to be able to actually come in and compete?
All of the cities that you would think of, like New York, California, get out of there.
Yeah.
Like rural America that doesn't have these big contracts and people are billed individually, you can start right then and there, like easy.
Yeah, what is like the bare minimum?
The bare minimum is like 10 houses, a truck, and a trailer. One of our competitors, they drove like an F-250 with a trailer, and they'd reach in, grab the trash, and throw it in a trailer. You can start small and cheap if you really wanted to.
So for costs in your business, you've got your lease payment on the trucks.
Yep.
You've got labor for your guy.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance. Dump fees.
Dump fees,
anything I'm
gas,
missing?
gas. The bins. It's really just operations at that point. Get people to sign up, marketing and sales, and then just be good at the operations.
What I love about this business is that the customers are sticky, meaning once you have a customer, they're gonna be having waste and trash that needs to be taken out every single day, every single week. What I don't like about this business is the heavy startup cost, in that you do need some type of trailer at the very least. Oh, damn! It's gotta be the easiest side hustle. I gotta know the numbers behind this. How much are we making?
80 bucks an hour.
Pick up the pace. This next business might be the easiest way to replace your 9 to 5. Chris, talk to me about the firewood business.
For years, we were just paying the dump to take our logs. So you can invest $1,600 into a 27-ton splitter, and we're able to turn a cord of firewood. It's 4 by 4 by 8 feet. 8 feet long, 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide. That's worth about $450.
Is there any other expense other than this machine?
No, I mean, we get the product for free. The expense is the gas and the time of delivering it. We don't even have a website. We just put up a Facebook Marketplace listing and it sells.
I don't have $1,600 to invest into this. How can I get started?
Go to Facebook Marketplace and rent one for 70 to 90 bucks a day.
I was thinking just chop it yourself, but that's a way smarter way to do it. Where would you find all this raw material?
So first of all, you go to Facebook Marketplace and people are giving this away all the time. Or you can go to your municipality's website and look at when the bulk trash pickup days are. Let's say it's the second Wednesday of every month. The second Tuesday of every month, you can just drive around and people will leave it out by the road. You can leave all the branches and stuff that has no value and just take bigger logs.
I love the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. This is a great example of a business being that. A lot of times businesses will create excess waste. In this case, tree trimming businesses having leftover trees put in and sell as firewood.
The hard part of this business isn't the splitting, it's the delivery. Load up a truck, take it to a customer's house, put it on Facebook Marketplace, unload it, stack it in their backyard. Ends up being about $450.
How much total have you generated since you started taking your excess waste from your tree business and selling it after you split it and put it all together?
It turns out being about $1,000 to $2,000 a week in net profit.
Wow. There's a million ways to make $1 million. Now for wood chopping, what I really like about this business is that it's super low cost to start up, and everybody needs firewood, especially in the winter. All you really need is an axe. And what I don't like about this business is that it just seems like a lot of effort for not that great of a return, because you can't sell firewood for that much, and there's some seasonality baked into the business also. So
this next business is killer, literally.
Yeah, I'm here with my good friend Corey. He's the founder. Do you go by CEO?
Owner, I just go by business owner.
Owner of Bio1. It's a biohazard cleanup company. How would you describe this company?
Quickest, easiest way to describe it is we do anything too dangerous or disgusting for your typical crew. Biohazard classifies as blood, feces, crime scene cleanups, hoarding cleanup, homeless encampments, sewage backups, gross thing. Anything gross that normal people won't do.
Who even pays you for that? How do you make money?
You know, we had clients, I mean, we do have contracts with cities for homeless encampments, so if they have a homeless encampment on public property, they can call us up to clean it up. If something occurs in a home, like a hoarding cleanup or a death, that's on the homeowners. But there are cases for deaths that can get covered by insurance, but a lot of it's out of pocket. So we got our bio suit here, medical grade. We have our full face respirator with, these are specialized filters. I don't go into that too much. Usually we have 2 pairs of gloves on, so you always have your 1 pair of clean gloves. And typically we have 2 sets of booties, which you would always have a clean set of booties so there's no cross-contamination. You get a feel for the heat and the uncomfortable working conditions that we
I don't know how you're
deal
working this, man. I'm getting lightheaded.
And how much will you close out 2024 with in revenue?
Right around 800,000.
Gotcha. And then of that 800,000, what would you say most of your revenue consists of as far as your service?
Changed rapidly with California, as far as you guys know, the homeless problem that's been kind of going on. Hoarding homeless encampments probably do about 70%, another 20% the crime scene, and 10% is miscellaneous.
How would someone get started in a business like this? Do you need any certifications?
It's actually pretty low barrier to entry, to be honest. Get some training, certifications, and get a license with the California Department of Public Health. At that that point, you're almost ready to rock.
What would you need to get started as far as equipment goes?
We're a glorified cleaning company, so definitely a truck, but sometimes we rent trucks. It'd be nice to have your own dedicated work vehicle, basic cleaning equipment. Imagine normal cleaning supplies, but just like a level up. Our chemicals, as we're close by, we have specialized disinfectants, we have degreasers, we have enzymes, we have a variety of chemicals, which in training you probably learn at most trainings. You can do a hoarding job with dumpsters that are rented.
What's like the gnarliest job you've ever done?
We just did this hoarding job. The whole place was covered in like sparklet bottles, 10-gallon sparklet bottles just filled with feces and urine. The whole
They
entire
were just
place.
dumping in the bottle?
Yeah,
in there?
and pissing in them, and 2 liters all over. We had to call a pumping company, a septic pumping or like porta potty pumping company. They came by and was just like, we just had to bake off the lids and just.
What'd you charge for that?
I think it was like 24 grand. Average job size, I haven't ran it recently, but it was 4,200, our average job size. I know it's higher now than I last ran it. Profit's probably right around 50%.
Because your cost is just labor.
Yeah.
Really, and then maybe gas and
Random stuff,
replenishing
disposal,
some
biohazard
supplies.
disposal, PPE, chemicals. We've been able to get that stuff like good cost.
Biohazard cleanup. I was thinking of what I like about this business, and there's actually not much that I really do like about this business. You don't know when you're getting called for service because you're cleaning up deaths a lot of the time. You're cleaning up hoarder houses that you're having to suit up in biohazard suits. You can get this business started with very little out of pocket, which I guess is a plus. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but it actually grows on plants. And the guy I'm about to talk to next has figured out how to do it. I'm here with my good friend David Bishop. He runs a 7-figure business installing living walls. Before we get into what living walls are, what got you into this business?
So my background is design, art, and I used to design Christmas ornaments. What I found is that plants grow people. And I really have a passion for people getting connected with plants.
You did a living wall for Bad Bunny.
Largest outdoor floral cube at the Coachella Music Festival in 2023 for Bad Bunny. And it was well over $100,000, just amazing people to work with.
Let's hear about how you can start this business for yourself.
So living wall is by definition something that's gonna grow vertically.
Who is buying living walls and living wall installations?
We call on architects and talk to designers. High-end residential, hospitality, commercial buildings. It's gonna bring you luxury clients.
What does it cost? How much can you sell it for? What's your average ticket?
Living walls price out anywhere from $160,000 a square foot to $220 a square foot.
Each tray is about half a square foot.
Exactly a half a square foot. And we typically build frames. Sometimes we add lights.
Very cool, very cool.
Some of the felt systems that are on the sides of massive structures, those are going to cost a lot more. We charge for our site visit. We charge $300 to come out. It's really 100% close, 45% margin.
Now for living walls, this business is awesome because it's unique and you can charge a premium, 10, 20, 30,000, sometimes up to $100,000 for one single installation, and it's such a unique product and service. Something I actually don't like. You don't have a lot of recurring revenue baked into it. You're constantly selling installations. So check this out. We're in front of a live job site right now, this boring service-based business that makes over $8,000 a month. That's run by one guy. He's 22 years old. And people talk about this as being the best side hustle on the internet that you can start. But let's find out if it's actually good and what it takes to get started. We're here with Benny's Bubbles. Ben, how'd you get started and why'd you choose mobile detailing?
So I was kind of at this dead-end job, like selling tools, and I was just kind of miserable with what I was doing. I was looking into like just scrolling, right, doom scrolling on Instagram, and I saw a lot of people making really good money off of auto detailing. And I had already enjoyed like cleaning my own car, so I was like, I just went to the nearest Walmart, bought like some Meguiar soap, a couple buckets and some rags, and I just got my first client like that. Did a car for like 60 bucks that was like coated in dog hair. Spent about 4 hours there, and I was like, holy shit, I did it.
This is how it all starts. No business cards, no fancy setup, just some rags, some soap, and a car full of dog hair. The first $60 earned off of pure grit alone, and that matters way more than any logo ever will. We're actually on a job. You're doing the CRV right now. Talk to me about how you would go about pricing a job like this.
Well, when I got here, the car was a lot dirtier already. She requested a deep detail, and that package will start at $265, and the work should take me about 4.5 hours.
About 70 bucks, 80 bucks an hour. What are some of the biggest challenges you've run into growing your detailing business?
Learning how to systematize everything and like be able to handle all these bookings in a day.
Everyone wants to start a business, but few think about how to manage one. Once you've got demand, your problems flip. It's no longer about how to get the jobs, it's about how do I handle 5 in one day without losing my mind. The only reason this business isn't more saturated is because most people don't want to get up early and get their hands dirty. So detailing, I mean, it is not too bad, but I can see how you can get a little sweaty while you're doing this. Before we even started filming, Ben was getting in here, digging in, extracting all the hair out of the carpet. So I can see how this could be pretty sweaty, but if you think about it, I'm cleaning this door right now and I've already probably made like $5. Well, actually, I give you $5 of free labor. What is the absolute bare minimum someone needs to get started in mobile detailing and go and start selling their first job?
You get soap for like $10, a pack of decent microfiber towels, a little set of brushes, right? And then I would say like a vacuum would probably be the most expensive thing. I'd say around 100, 150 bucks just to get started.
And you didn't even have this van either, right?
No, I had an old Honda Civic that was beat down, and I had a generator half this size strapped to the roof of my car. It smelled like mildew, and I was just trying to make it happen, you know what I mean? I think almost any idiot could do it, man. It doesn't take much, right? Buy the right chemicals, know some basic dilution ratio math, and you're good.
What I love about this business is the recurring nature of it. Cars get dirty every week. Not only that, but if you can get some higher end clientele, you can charge up to $1,000, $2,000 per detail, right? Not just a car wash, but a car detail. You don't need that much equipment to get started. And as far as cons go, there's nothing that I really see as downsides to this business other than there's just a low barrier to entry, so there's more competition, but at the end of the day, that just means more demand for you anyways. Shh, we're in Beverly Hills right now, in front of a business that generates millions of dollars a year with a set it and forget it business model. Let's go see what it is. What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome. We're here at PodPlug's LA HQ in Beverly Hills. We got a vending machine business. We basically put these smart nightlife vending machines in bars and nightclubs, and they sell things like emergency phone chargers, vapes, condoms, hangover prevention drinks, even these naughty products we have over here. I'll show you guys in a second.
How'd you even think to start this business and say, hey, let me put these random products inside the vending machines?
It's a really good question. Juul Pods, you remember Juul Pods?
Yeah.
I was like, what if I sold these to my friends on campus, to kids in my fraternity, and I was buying them for like $9 a unit from a supplier on eBay, and I was making $750 a day. So that's when I said, okay, I gotta somehow automate this. We basically bought a refurbished snack machine for like $3 grand, and the machine sold $4 grand in revenue. And then I wake up and I see a video, and I see this vending machine getting shattered with a chair. This literally got me over 100 DMs from people saying, hey, this is genius. How can I bring this to my fraternity or the local bars and nightclubs in my college town? This would crush it. And I was like, wow, this could be an actual business.
This is one of those businesses that sounds dumb until you realize it's actually genius. You take impulse buys, you wrap them in a nightlife setting, and then you automate it all through a vending machine. Welcome to Passive Income, Frat Boy Edition.
We started putting these in bars and clubs, and the bars were saying, hey, your machines are too big and clunky, they're not gonna fit. So we're getting pushback from the sales side, and we didn't want that to affect our operations. So we thought, okay, we gotta somehow innovate. And I Googled slim vending machine. There are no suppliers in the US. So I found a really good one overseas, work really closely with me, add a lot of customization, and they're smart machines too, so they either connect to Wi-Fi.
How do you determine what products to buy? Because you've got vapes, you've got Zyns, which makes sense, right? People are out in the club, they're drinking like, oh man, I need that nicotine.
We hyper-localize it to the bar. We have a lot of locations in Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. We have a lot of gay bars there, like 10 to 12. And they requested naughty products, right? So we thought, okay, what's like a Viagra alternative? So we found this company called Boner Bears for male enhancement.
How much does it cost to get started?
This machine, I'd say it ranges like $4 to $5K, including an installation and initial inventory. The machines generate an average of about $1,200 a month in revenue. Our net margin, it's about 35 to 40% net margin. Say each machine is about $500 a month. Within 7 to 9 months, the machine is basically paid for.
What if you get like a whale location, prime time
We've
location?
gotten a whale location.
What do those produce?
We've gotten a whale location when we were in Austin, Texas, that was doing $15K a month in revenue.
Holy
one location.
$5 grand to get in and about $500 a month coming out. That's a solid ROI, but don't let the passive income meme fool you. Getting these machines stocked, placed, and running is a hustle. This business is a headache front-loaded with logistics, but once it's actually up and running, it's one of the few that you can actually step away from. Let's play a little game. We're gonna look at some of your products you sell, and then I'm gonna guess how much you buy them for and how much you sell them for. So this is a disposable camera. I'm guessing you get this for $2, $3?
I thought it was gonna be lower, but it's actually higher.
$5.
A little higher.
$6.
Yeah,
$6, and you sell this, I'm guessing $19.99.
Holy shit, how'd you know?
Right on it? Lucky guess.
Let's go.
All right.
70% margin.
That's really good. Buy for 6, sell for 20. Not bad. The next product is a steamy experience. Dude, I have no idea what this could be. A steamy surprise. Let's see, we got some dice.
What's on the dice?
Oh, some different segs positions, and then we have of different locations. Okay.
Gotta roll the dice.
Let's roll, dude. Got a missionary in the garden, dude? That doesn't seem very comfortable. All right, what else do we get?
You gotta be blindfolded in the garden.
Oh, you gotta be blindfolded in the garden, missionary, blindfolded missionary in the garden. This has gotta be like $3 to put together? Packaging included, $3. Yeah?
About $3.25, yeah.
And you sell this for $14.99.
No, actually $10.99.
$10.99?
Yeah. The margin's a little smaller on those, but it's almost
close
70,
to 70%.
Yeah. About 70, yeah.
Not bad.
It's
not
solid.
bad. Cool, cool. All right, we got the next one up is Get Buzzed. This is some type of game. This is what's called a mystery bag, right?
Yeah.
You call these a mystery bag. I'm thinking this is gotta be like $6, $7 all in. Less?
Yeah.
$5?
Less.
$3. For this,
all in.
This is heavy.
I know.
And you're selling this, I'm guessing you're selling this because it's a game. You got it something like $19.99?
Little less.
$17.99.
Little less.
$14.99.
Tad less.
$13.99?
Yeah. Good margins.
Like, it's great margins, yeah.
Like
do these
almost 80%.
Do these sell pretty well?
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah.
They sell well.
Vape vending. What do I like about this business? There's actually not much I really do like about this business because you have to buy expensive products. You have to buy products for your expensive products. You then have to repackage all of the stuff that you buy, which by the way, you're ordering from China, which is gonna take weeks upon weeks to get there. You have to deal with customs. It's a pain in the butt. You've got tariffs. Then you gotta go find a location to get it placed in. Then after you get it placed in the location, you've got to service it if something goes down. There's a lot of moving parts in the business to make it work. However, what I do like is once you get all that stuff set up, can be pretty passive. It is one of the more passive opportunities on this list. This next business has big deck energy. They went 0 to $1 million in their first year by slinging decks and laying wood. Talk to us, Jameson. What got you into West Coast Deck? What do you do? How do you make money?
I used to work in investment banking and private equity investing, buying and building large businesses, but eventually ended up back here in Southern California where we do construction, refinishing, maintenance, waterproofing, rehabilitation for decks and balconies across Southern California.
What like really got you into it though? Was it you're scrolling Twitter and seeing all these people building boring businesses? Was that what it was?
I just wanted to do something here in California that didn't involve a lot of travel, that gave me control over my time and schedule and would allow me to spend a lot of time with my kids.
So we're actually standing on a deck that you've built. What all went into building this?
It's a big Ipe hardwood deck. That's a Brazilian hardwood.
This is Ipe right here.
This is Ipe, yeah.
Okay.
So it's super expensive. I've seen Ipe hardwood on public works installations that are like 75 years old. So if you maintain it, it basically lasts forever.
How much did this cost you to materials, labor, and then how much did you charge the client?
So we typically bid at around 50% gross margin. So if you bid a project at 60 grand to build, it's gonna cost me 30 grand to build, plus, you know, our sales and marketing costs on top of that.
How much money can someone make by starting this business?
On $1 million business, you're taking home 150 grand of profit, plus maybe your owner salary of like 80 grand. So let's say 200 grand as the owner.
Decks are like the Rolex of construction jobs. There's long cycles, high margins, and serious cash. But you better know your numbers, your materials, and your legal requirements.
With doing a ton of work, right? Like that is not a hands-off, like, hey, I started this business and like set it and forget it, just hire an operator. Right. That's like blood, sweat, and tears, no vacations, working really, really hard to just like pump stuff out.
So this is something that I not only reference a lot to my clients and tell them to do, but also in my book, $1 Million Blueprint, where I talk about paid marketing channels for home service businesses specifically. One that I say you should use all the time is what we call bottom of the funnel channels, which is platforms where people are already searching for services. So places like Google Local Service Ads, Yelp, Thumbtack, Angie, Home Advisor. You can utilize these platforms to get leads very, very quickly as long as you're willing to pay to play. But when you're utilizing these strategies, it's important that you have speed to lead. If you can respond to the leads in less than a minute, you can convert at above a 50% clip at sometimes. So we just got done talking to Jameson and he showed us his huge deck. Ipe right
This
here.
is Ipe, yeah. So
what I don't like is the fact that you have to go through a whole long sales process. There's a lot of customizable options, which creates a lot of difficulty for the entrepreneur to build systems around. Not only that, but then you got to source the materials, you got to get the materials, then you got to pay your guys to build the deck, and then it's a long process of the deck getting built, which makes your cash conversion cycle really long. Another thing I don't like is you legally cannot start this business and service decks if you don't have a license. And we're at the same house as last time. Last time we were cleaning windows, this time we're pressure washing. And if you remember, if you watched the video, we took what was originally a $400 job and then upsold another $900 service on top of the first $400 job. It's just all pressure washing. All you need to get started with a pressure washer, it's a little loud back here. Garden hose, I like a heavy duty one. And then you need a pressure washer. This one's a 2,000 gallon per minute pressure washer. I think this one was around 1,000 to 1,500, but you can go to Home Depot, get a standard Ryobi pressure washer for $300 to $500, and it comes with a wand already. You're then gonna wanna buy the tips. So what are the tips?
This tool, there's 4 different sizes of fittings in just one instead of just carrying individual fittings. Every fitting is a different power. This one, the tip, is different. Let's get a shoe, a long range. We wanna go softer,
the tip.
Yeah, so this is Victor, the owner of Orange Window Cleaning. Guy kills it. What would you charge when you're quoting jobs?
So we charge by the square footage, but then we have different packages. We don't only do windows. We do gutters, we do chandeliers, anything that has to do with glass, we also clean. We start at $4.99 just to come out and wash the floor. If you wash a house, 2-story home, we start at $5.99. On this house, we're only doing floor, windows, and a couple different items inside the house. We're coming out with an invoice of $900, which we originally started in this home with an invoice of $299. So every time we come here, we add things in which pressure washing is one of the biggest and safest ways to make more money. Once again, we're working on our feet. All you have is the machine down there, your hose, and your gun.
You buy a pressure washer for $1,000 and now you're spraying driveways for $300 an hour. That's what I call return on effort. Yeah, you're not building equity, but at least you're printing cash. You always got to think about, how do I increase lifetime value? And the best customers, the customers already paid you money. I see too many people who start businesses like, I need new customers, when you've already had an established book of business. Why not focus on not only getting new customers, but also upselling or selling more service to customers who've already paid you money? This is a great example. Did the windows for $299, upsold $900 in pressure washing. Always think about how to increase LTV, which is lifetime value. It's how much a customer on average is paying you throughout the lifetime that they're going to do business with your company. All right, man, we're gonna give this a shot, dude. From a simple $1,000 investment into a pressure washing machine and a gun, it's now turned into these guys behind me making between $200 to $300 an hour for spraying some water. Not bad. We just met up with Victor, the owner of Orange Window Cleaning, and I actually used to run Orange Window Cleaning as well. For me, pressure washing, I love this business. Some pros about it. You don't need a ton of startup capital to get started, and you can charge very high ticket. Some pressure washers I know are making between $500 to $700 an hour. On top of that, you have a recurring component to it, meaning you wash a house once, you wash your driveway once. A year later, that same customer is going to call you back to wash that driveway, wash that house. Like a poor man's sports car, dude. The only thing I don't like about this is it's not as recurring as I'd like. Yes, there's the recurring component, but it's yearly, right? You got to wait a long time to service that customer again. This next business proves that you can turn your passion into profits. Let's go talk to Miles and figure out how it's done.
This is our stomping grounds. We got 4 trainers here. Most of the kids here are ages like 8 to 13.
How much per head? Like how much do you charge per head?
Because we're running it like a camp, right?
Yeah.
So camp is like 9 to 12 typically, right? In a 3-hour camp, for example, make $3,000 if we have anywhere between 30 and 40 kids. Between January, February, March, we're about 32,000. April should be about 11,000. Our biggest month we made 14,800, basically 15,000. And last year we closed out with about 110,000.
People say you can't make money coaching sports, but Miles is out here doing $15,000 a month with just a whistle, a ball, and a field. And the best part, parents will pay top dollar just to give their kids an edge.
If you're a beginner, you can learn literally the fundamentals of soccer right here. I'm gonna show you the 1-touch, the 2-touch, and the 3-touch, okay? This is called the 1-touch. Yeah, pass it to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and 1-touch it, right? That's a 1-touch.
Oh.
This is a 2-touch. Stop it and then pass. That's a 2-touch. Good. So 2-touch, perfect, Johnny. Look at that 2-touch right there.
Dude.
Now I'm gonna do a 3-touch, right? These right here, if you're playing at a scrimmage, a local pickup, these 3 things right here is gonna help you get in the game, obviously in running. Now 3-touch, here we go. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
All right.
So now, Johnny, a little test here, a little 60-second test right here.
Oh,
okay.
Dude, that was kind of clean, bro.
Business is tough. I got robbed like 2 weeks ago. We have sessions that start at 3, 4, 5, and one of my guys or myself will drop the equipment off 2 hours early. And we've been here like 3, 4 years now, right? Someone literally comes here between that time when nobody was here and they just came up on our balls and stuff like that. I'd say in a service-based business like this, because we train outdoors, biggest thing is, you know, when we get rained out, it sucks.
What does it take to get started, and how much should they expect to pay to launch soccer training business?
If you want to do it the right way and not Mickey Mouse it, get a Wix website, get a ball, bag of balls, some cones, find yourself a nice field, couple pop-up goals right here, a speaker, right, because you want to have some music, a wagon, right, so you look proper coming in, right, you're not just carrying all your stuff all janky, $1,000 to get started.
We just met with Miles, the owner of Premier Soccer Training, where all he does is coach kids on how to get better at soccer. This business is a great example of turning your passion into profit, and you can go start a business that prints money simply by teaching people who are 1 or 2 levels lower than you, even if you're not a professional. What I love about this business is that you can charge insane amounts of money because parents will pay top dollar. If they even know there's a slight chance their kid could potentially go pro in their respective sport, they will pay tons of money, and you saw it when we broke down the numbers of the Miles, and you don't need much to start. A very low barrier to entry. You just need the skill in whatever sport you're going to be teaching. The only thing I don't like about this business is it's very location dependent, as in you have to be there on the field with the kids until you hire people and start to hire trainers that can actually go and do the coaching for you. But even then, you're going to have to be there to supervise them. So if you want to scale this business, you're likely at the beginning going to be tied to going out to the soccer field, going to the baseball field, whatever sport you play. And if you want the easiest one to start, my remote cleaning business does over $50,000 every single month without ever cleaning a single house. We've helped over 3,000 people launch a remote cleaning business from scratch, and we can help you do the same thing. And if that interests you, you can click the link in the description down below and you can watch my free training where it breaks the whole process down. If you got value from this video, throw me a like, turn that notification bell on, hit subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below what your favorite business was. I'd love to read some of those. Appreciate you watching. See you in the next one. Peace.